There's a much bigger queue on the way in today, isn't there, Rachel?
There is, definitely.
Good morning, it's Saturday morning.
And we're here at Harrogate for the Yorkshire Motorhome and Campervan show. And we're here for a purpose.
We're struggling on the decision for our next van. So we're hoping today's mission will help us out. Stick around till the end to find out where we get to. Don't forget to check out the video from yesterday on Friday if you're looking for an overview of the show.
It was a lot quieter yesterday than it is today.
Look at all these people. It's before 10 o'clock.
Let's go and check it out.
LeisureBit is the way to go with David, Rachel and Roxy. Let's hit the road and explore.
Here I am at the Yorkshire Motorhome and Campervan Show 2025. David's already had a look around. I'm late because I was working, but here, let's go and take a look. Oh, there's rainbow. Yesterday, David shared with you his highlights tour. Today, I've had time to have a look around. There's a few vans that I saw and filmed on Friday, and quite a few that I've seen today on Saturday. So, please come with me and we'll take a look. It's decided to rain, so my new plan is to go inside first. What I really like about this show is the amount of dogs that are here. There's loads of them, and I think it's really good. Some of the other shows, like the ones at the NEC, you can't take dogs. This makes a huge, huge difference. Look, here's some more. Oh, look who I found as well.
Hello.
Right, Trev, the question on my lips is, are you looking for another new van?
No, we're not.
Are you sure?
Absolutely positive. Our consort Mark III is absolutely beautiful.
Right, this is this is on film.
We're not getting another one, no. We're just looking around.
What's good to see is there's definitely a lot more vans here for sale than there was last year. I think there's an extra row added on compared to what there was before. Oh, look at this little nano camper. It's so cute. Got loads of tables and cupboards. Oh, that's cute. I'd like to see David in that bed mind. Look at this beauty. Oldies are always the best. 1965 split screen, 39,999. That's cute. Behind me we've got the long wheelbase Sandy van. It is beautiful. Let's take a look from the outside before we go in. Now this is something completely different that I've never been in before. It's called a Sandy van, and this is their latest version. Look at the bed at the back.
How long?
It's raised and there's a cupboard underneath. Nice little cupboards there. I like the bathroom too. Look at this. I reckon I could fit in there. I can. It fits the Rachel bathroom test. The kitchen is something that we really do like. So it's got an induction hob. It's got a beautiful Belfast sink. I really love these blinds. The deep green velvety blinds. Beautiful cupboards. I think it's pistachio green, which goes lovely with the fabrics. But I'll tell you what I really, really like about this one. Where the bulkhead is, it's like a cupboards, so that you can have them open if you want when you're driving, or you can shut them. It makes it look homely and more of a more comfortable feel, with a nice little lounge at the front. Look.
It does come with a standard.
Oh, look at this. Little shelves. It's a Truma system. Nice, I like it. Behind me we've got the Sandy van. This is a medium wheelbase van and it's stunning. It's got the cupboards where the bulkhead is. The shower room looks smaller, and this one doesn't have an induction. It's got the hob, but the gas hob. A queen size bed, I don't know if I'm right there, and got plenty of storage underneath. There's all your electrics there. Again, what I really like is the use of fabrics. So that blind is really, really cute. What's really good with these Sandy vans, you buy your own van and it's £46,000 plus VAT for the conversion. It's both the same price for both the short wheelbase and also the medium wheelbase too. But what a cracking conversion you get. I like these vans. I mean, David couldn't fit in one, but maybe we need to buy two separate vans. Maybe we need to buy one that David could fit in and one that I think's cute. That could be the way forward. And I've got to say, I actually quite like the colours of it. It's really, really deep grey. and he likes to look at this one, so I said I'd come and check it out. I do like the colour of it. I'm just going to have a walk around the outside because there's people inside at the minute. Lots of connection points there. I can see why David asked me to come and look at this one. This is the one that he did on the film yesterday that's got the cutout underneath the cupboard. This one's got 2 gas and an induction, like that. Nice little empty pockets there. Nice deep cupboard. This bathroom's it's not too bad. It's good use of space. It's got the drop down sink. And David told me to come and look in this one. It's actually really rather nice. I like these little drawers too. Come in. Right then.
Another one there as well.
They're good for tins.
Yeah.
I know what that would do for. That cupboard is in a really good style for a coffee maker for David. You know what he's like. Oh now, look how clever this is. You've got an extended kitchen here. What's good about that one, it's MCC approved as well. I'm going to look at this Vulcan 2XS Globe Traveller because I've been told it's a really, really good van. Quite like that fabric on the side. It's a bit softer than some of the plasticky stuff. It's a nice cab. I like these seats as well. The texture on there good. Lots of useful handy pockets up above. A nice kitchen area on the passenger side and quite a long sleeping area on the driver's side. Again with lots of useful pockets. These lockers look big. Oh, they are, and they've got shelves in. I quite like that because sometimes when you find they haven't got shelves in, you just have to end up stacking stuff up. Nice sliding door. Oh, I do like this panelling as well. That's nice. Toilet and a folding down sink. Shower room, the washroom. It's actually quite spacious. I feel as though I could probably have a shower in here. The control panels. Nice handy little slot there. Oh, that's nice. There's a different bin system in there. Small sink in circumference, but very, very deep. It's good. And a nice induction hob. There's quite a bit of storage. And I think this bed here will then pull out and make into a double bed. Ta-da! That was really easy actually. That's actually really good. Nice van, like it. What really is quite innovative at the back of this van is some of the layout. You've got all of these handy storage pockets, some with zips to put stuff in. Really good for clothes and stuff while you're travelling. You've got an outdoor shower point by the look of it, and loads of storage space there. Outdoor gas point, really good. Look at the size of it. This is a beast. This is huge. This bed over the cab. Not sure how you get there, it must slide, but wow. Look at the cab itself. Look at the size of that. That's huge. Nice leather U-shaped lounge. Dining area. Looks like to be a full-size kitchen sink, oven. And then we come into the back of the van. You've got this sliding door. Shower. You've got your 2 separate entrances to a bed at the back. Big deep cupboard. These 2 doors shut to make a private bedroom. And then you've got shower, separate toilet, sink. This is a 2015 model. I need to go and check out the price, but I think it'll be a little bit more than we've got in our penny pot. It is 164,995.
We'll need to make sure it's dry. Ever so handy having full-blown kitchen right behind you for these demos. I'm doing a demo at the Ideal Home Show in a couple of weeks. Really give it a good squeeze. Really, really good squeeze. You want to get all of that liquid out, otherwise it makes your frittata.
Takes that voltage and it boosts it to 230 volts. So coming out, Harrogate welcome. A lovely piece of orange.
Inside this Speeds. This one's got this huge fridge. Another one that has something underneath as well. This one's got a handy bit of storage thing along there. Also, this handy shelf. This one's $79,950 and it's on the VW Crafter. Hob. Sink over here. And we've got this rear lounge. Washroom. Cassette emptying point. A little bit different there. The cassette emptying point is actually behind that door inside rather than on the outside.
This one's priced at $79,950.
This is on the VW Crafter van. If you haven't gathered already, it's the rear lounge camper vans we're interested in. We really like that layout and it really works well for us. We're thinking of going for a U-shaped this time, which is like this, where it comes round. At the moment we don't kind of have the bit in the middle and you can come straight out the back.
It also creates a really useful storage area underneath.
And also get them on the MAN chassis.
This one's the Speed's Wildcat.
It's a nice looking van, that one, isn't it?
We'd been recommended to check out rolling homes, so we took a wander over, had a look around and had a chat.
And you got one induction, 2 gas. Quite a nice washroom, isn't it?
Unless you take one, we do one with a lounge in the middle. We've only got this one here.
Nice control panel.
Oven, 300 amp hour lithium ion battery is a standard.
That would.
You'll see in the brochure the mid lounge on that is our real wood conversion.
These were both NCC and Volkswagen approved. As one of our options is building a custom van, I also took the time to check out some of the conversion options.
If you're thinking of converting your own van, there are a number of options on finishing. One nice one is the panels here you can get from Solway, which allow you to do professional finish. And you can buy all the different parts here. A lot of people use partial panels such as the back door or the wheel arches.
Depending on the look you're going for, it does give an option to give more of a factory finish to your custom campervan conversion.
If you've got any suggestions or comments or any ideas or even things to avoid, do let us know in the comments. It's really appreciated. As you probably know if you've watched for a while, we have a CV20, which is the same as this van here, and I still think they represent incredible value for money for what you get. This one's coming in at $62,189. It's on the new Fiat cab. The bit I love about the CV20 is the length of this bench. Now I'm 6'5", and you can actually sleep across here. You can even get your pillow up the door a bit there, give you that extra bit of space. A lot of the vans, they're just that too short. Don't know if I was lucky when we picked it, but it's proving a tough one to replace. So we're continuing our mission to try and find our next van. A few people have said, have you considered just upgrading the CV20 and getting another one of those? And it is something we've considered, and we haven't completely ruled it out yet, as it's proving a real tough cookie to find what we want. I didn't think it would be this difficult. I thought it would be really easy. It was relatively straightforward when we got this van to find it, and I thought by now we would have found the one. So do we buy a custom made van? Do we buy a ready-made one and modify it? It's a tough decision.
We're at a really pivotal point. We thought we had made up our mind on what we were going to do, and due to some of the changes in the base vehicles, it's thrown us into a bit of a dichotomy again. Do we go down the bought route, and do we then need to narrow down the vans that we've seen already and narrow out down the best compromise that we can? Or do we go down the custom route? Really what's quite interesting is David is absolutely brilliant and fantastic at the electrics and all of the solar panels, anything like that. He's absolutely amazing at. He knows exactly what he's doing. So when it comes to a custom made van, I wouldn't have a problem that he could do that. However, he does have some limitations that, you know, he himself will admit to. Some of the finer details and some of the joinery skills aren't his forte. And so that's probably where we would struggle when it comes to doing some of this stuff. David could do part of the job, but I don't think he'd want the pressure of having to do the whole thing. So we came to this show thinking that we knew what we were going to do for the next van, and actually we've reached a bit of a pivotal point because we don't know now. We really don't know. Do we buy? And buying comes with some compromises that we're going to have to make, or do we convert? But again, there's cons to that as well. If we convert, we're in a bit of a dilemma yet again. What are your thoughts? Would you convert or would you buy? What are the pros, what are the cons? Please let me know what you think. We need to make a decision soon. That's over and out from Saturday's show. It's been an amazing day, made better by all of the people that stopped to say hello and have a chat with us. Thank you guys, it really does make a huge difference and we love to meet everybody.